When a neighbor unlocked the door of a Villisca, Iowa farmhouse on the morning of June 10, 1912, they found 8 bodies bludgeoned to death. The killer had covered all the mirrors in the house with clothing. They left behind a bloody axe and, bizarrely, a 4-pound slab of bacon resting nearby. This chart visualizes a modern Department of Justice standard for homicide investigations. The vertical y-axis tracks the probability of solving a case, and the horizontal x-axis tracks time. Right at the 72-hour mark, the likelihood of a clearance drops sharply. In Villisca, that 72-hour clock started ticking the moment the bodies were found. But local authorities were operating in a forensic vacuum. Even if they pulled a clear ink fingerprint from the scene, there was no automated database to cross-reference it against. The science of DNA profiling was still decades away. Whoever wielded the axe escaped through a massive closing gap in forensic science. Without a way to process physical evidence, early 20th century detectives had to build their cases entirely on circumstance, alibis, and confessions. This analog reality created a highly disorganized investigation. Take Reverend George Kelly. He was a traveling priest in town for a children's church program the night of the murders. He actually confessed to the crime in court. But Kelly had a history of severe mental illness, making his confessions so unreliable that juries acquitted him in 2 separate trials. Then there was Frank Jones, a powerful Iowa state senator. He became a prime suspect solely because the father of the murdered family had recently opened a competing hardware store and taken away a lucrative John Deere dealership. The police pursued him based entirely on this local business grudge. This is the gridlock of a 1912 investigation. With a surplus of plausible suspects and 0 physical evidence to eliminate the false leads, the case completely stalled. Looking at this map, a pattern emerges. Identical axe murders occurred in Colorado Springs, Kansas, and Illinois. In each, the killer covered windows and left the weapon. Investigators theorized a transient killer, like Paul Mueller, escaped using the vast railroad network linking them. The search for suspect Paul Mueller, a German immigrant, went cold in America after he vanished. But 10 years later, an eerie parallel surfaced across the Atlantic. At a remote Bavarian farm called Hinterkaifeck, 6 people were killed with a tool found on site, their bodies stacked and covered, mimicking the exact behavioral signature seen across the American Midwest. Local police failed to solve the crime because they treated a highly mobile, sophisticated regional predator as a localized domestic dispute. This technical table from a Department of Justice report isolates the specific variables that lead to a modern clearance. The data shows solving an old case overwhelmingly relies on 2 factors: a prime suspect or newly testable physical evidence. Villisca fails the physical evidence test completely. In the hours after the bodies were discovered, an estimated 100 townspeople wandered freely through the house. They touched the murder weapon, moved the strange slab of bacon, and hopelessly contaminated the scene. Modern forensic labs require highly controlled, sterile environments to extract usable DNA profiles. A century-old crime scene trampled by onlookers yields nothing but compromised material. 21st century technology cannot fix 20th century mistakes. The Villisca Axe murders remain unsolved because of the timing of the crime. The murders happened in an era with enough communication to identify potential suspects, but a full century before science could confirm the truth.